Hey. Hey guys, what's up? Cal, this is Gene.
How you doing?
We're here to talk about golf.
Yeah.
Golf.
Talk about golf.
Alright, anyway, so talking about appearance fees mainly, and about how people get paid to show up and play.
Yep. So, first thing we'll talk about is the beginning of paid appearances. So we can talk about how the first person. So there's this guy called Harry Vardon. Was in 1900. He
Look at the douchebag. Look at the hat.
yeah, right. So he's looking pretty funny. Anyway, he was paid money to promote this new golf ball. It was called the Vardon Flyer. So that was the first promotional. What's the word? Promotional. Deal? Gig?
Yeah, he was pretty much just, he was paid to play.
Yeah. So that's where it starts.
But get this, the idiot, he actually was only paid according to how many balls they sold, and the ball did not sell because a new one came out on the market and absolutely smashed it. So he made no money anyway, the dumbass.
Yeah, rough blow. So we'll move on to Sam Snead. He has 2 occasions actually.
He's got a shitty hat too.
Seems to be some sort of occurring theme here. We might see some more crazy hats later. You know, who knows? Okay, so Sam Snead. First thing I ever heard about Sam Snead, there's a hole at Pebble Beach, and he actually hit a putter off the tee, which is very bizarre for golf. So he's special in that way. You know, so it's like a very short hole downhill. You know, maybe he was very good. I'm pretty sure he has the most titles.
He does.
So the first occasion was in 1946. He was challenged to a group of matches, so 16 matches against another player called Bobby Locke, and Locke actually won 12 of them, so he wasn't very good. He was good. He was
an amateur, wasn't he?
I think he was very young.
So Snead actually collected all the money anyway.
So he was getting paid lots of money. So Snead told Locke to go play on the US tour, and he played very well, won 7 events or something crazy, but then right after that he told the tour they didn't want to play anymore because they weren't paying him any extra money, and he was never to be seen again on the tour. So that's one instances of appearances maybe not working out for him. So then there was another tournament in Brazil 10 years later where Snead was again involved, and he was actually paid more than the entire purse.
You got $5
grand. Just
big money back then. Big money. Nothing nowadays, but yeah.
Yeah, a lot of money there. $5 grand just to play, and then he ended up winning. So he ended up getting, I think, a total of $8 grand.
Yeah, that's more than anyone's yearly sort of winnings. So.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. So the next guy is Lee Trevino. I really like this one. It's actually him from Happy Gilmore. It's a great movie.
Woo! Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, but so Lee Trevino. First thing I ever heard about him, I'm a bit of a golfer myself. My grandpa told me that he made a joke one time. Lee Trevino used to go out in the paddock and hold up his 2-iron in the air because even God couldn't hit one. It's good. I think it's a good joke. So that's the start of that. Anyway, so he was paid lots of money to go play in Morocco with the king of Morocco. That's a big deal. And if you're living over there, you'd be living high class. So he stayed there for 3 days, just getting pampered. Didn't even play golf for a while, just loving life, high class, And
the last day he played 7 holes?
Yeah, he played 7 holes and got 5 birdies. It's ridiculous.
And then had a few glasses of champagne and flew home.
Yeah, so he got paid ridiculous amounts of money to not even play a real round of golf. Wasn't even competitive, and it was just because
he was living the life though.
Basically, he's famous, a good golfer. It's awesome.
And some golf nut loves him.
Yeah. Got paid lots of money for that. Right, next guy.
Oh, you got
Seve Ballesteros, the Spanish guy. It's it's quite the face he has there.
Definitely.
It's very focused. So he was playing on the European tour from in the 70s and the 80s. And in the 80s, he actually boycotted the European tour and didn't want to play anymore because the European tour were paying appearance fees to players coming from elsewhere. But because his main tour was the European tour, they wouldn't pay him. So for that whole time, he didn't even play, and they didn't pay him any extra. So he only got prize, which is still enough money, prize winnings anyway, because it was quite good. think he won like 5 majors throughout his career. So then obviously after that, the European Tour started paying everyone appearance fees, and that's the main difference between the European Tour and the PGA Tour. But we'll get to that in a little bit.
I just want to point out, this guy obviously is a poor career choice. He clearly has some hay fever and just sneezes as he's hitting.
Ooh, it's a bit like me at the moment. Actually.
Come on, there's grass on every fucking golf course.
It's me at the moment.
Oh, sorry, guys. So we got this one.
Sorry,
bit
we
mixed
thought it's
up.
Greg Norman. Oh, sorry.
This is Greg Norman.
Yeah, there we go.
Another ridiculous hat.
Yeah.
Another one. Douchebag.
Get that one. Get it. Speaking of ridiculous hats, actually, so I'm gonna go play some golf right after this. But anyway, so
Greg Norman, he was it 1996, I believe.
yeah, I
He
think so.
went to he was in the South Australian one, and he
Yeah.
was actually paid $300,000 to appear,
It's lots of money.
which
there.
was equal to the purse, which is ridiculous because no one's ever going to make as much as him. But he actually won the tournament and picked up an extra like $40,000.
It's pretty crazy.
So ridiculous money there.
Greg
Ridiculous money.
Ridiculous hats.
And then we have
Oh my god, he's a great golfer, that
Happy
guy.
Gilmore.
He can hit a ball. He's pretty sure he got a hole in one on a par 4. That's a pretty rare feat.
And
he's
I've
just-
never seen anyone who's so good at putting with a freaking hockey stick before.
Oh, he's-
Impressive.
He's pretty good at the old putt course, and he loves clowns.
Legend.
as well.
Legend.
Okay, next.
Oh, yep. There we go,
So,
Tiger.
Tiger Woods, eh? Alright, so
Tiger.
Tiger, biggest golfer in the world. Probably, I think if anyone thinks of golf, he's the guy who springs to mind. 2009, quite a long way, he was very successful at this point in time. He was actually offered $3 million to come play in Melbourne at a course called Kingston Heath for the Australian Masters. And that is so much money. That is a ridiculous amount of money. That's before he even started competing. Moral of the story is he won. He got an extra $1.2 million, and it's estimated that he raised revenue of up to $30 million for the Australian economy just from that tournament. And that's great, you know. We could probably use some Rory McIlroy or some Phil Mickelson or someone else.
Spring Tiger back.
Even Tiger back, you know, he might have like dropped off a bit after his shortcomings.
I think he's still number 1 in the world, isn't he?
I don't know now.
Not quite. Are you still up there? I mean, they're still paying big dollars for him.
Oh,
He
yeah,
went
he's-
to skip the PGA.
I'm pretty
a few
sure he's
times.
second in endorsed athletes rankings.
Yeah,
I think
and I mean,
he's
in
second behind.
2013, number 1
Yeah.
highest paid sportsman.
Yeah, I think only LeBron
Yeah,
James
like,
is higher than him now.
I think he's only number 6 now, but I mean, maybe 5, number 5, but he was number 1.
I still think of Tiger when I think of golf.
Yeah.
Well, after I think of me, of course.
Yeah.
So,
Well, think about it. It was endorsed by EA, that the EA game. It was every year. It's 14 years now.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah,
Big
he doesn't
money,
have
big
that anymore.
no,
So
but that's why he's dropped
he
down.
lost Gatorade.
But
as
anyway,
well.
he's still getting paid big dollars. Like he skipped out on the PGA to go play in Turkey and Dubai, didn't he?
Yeah, and Germany as well.
And they're looking at about what $2-3 million each
Yeah,
appearance fee.
definitely. He's actually admitted that he fits his schedule around appearance fees every year. So that's a big
And
deal.
not only that, but everyone else schedules around when he can turn up.
Yeah, totally.
That's a pretty good life, though. I wouldn't complain.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
I wouldn't complain.
Then you can talk about how successful he was with when he
that's
goes
what I-
to
that's
play
what I-
elsewhere. So I think I read something that of 15 tournaments that he'd competed in with appearance fees, like elsewhere in the world, he'd won 9 of them or ridiculous amounts.
Yeah.
So it's really successful, as opposed to someone like John Daly comes to mind. He's the large guy who is a bit of a character. He's always has been, and he came to
Funny
Australia,
man.
and
Funny
I'm
man.
pretty sure he competed his final round in like 2 hours and in one time, and then another time after getting an appearance fee, he didn't even play at all and retired early and still got his money. So you know, like
Turned up.
yeah, he turned up and then left again. So that's the main thing. It's very interesting.
Yeah, Tiger and like most, there's been a lot of guys who've got their appearance fees, and they actually get maybe 2 years worth of appearance fees, and they don't win a single title in it.
Yep.
Yeah. He's done alright, I suppose, though.
Yeah. So now we'll move on to the separate tours and their views on each. So the PGA Tour is the main tour. It's backwards, but you get the idea. It's usually red
It's
there.
the US tour.
Yeah, the US tour, the main tour. So They don't allow appearance fees. They're very against it. They think it ruins the integrity of the competition.
But don't allow appearance fees.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. So they protect the little guys in their sponsorship deals. So then there's no way that they can chase extra money. There's little incentives such as, so say my example is Honda. The Honda Classic is every year. I don't know this happens, but I'm sure it does with different companies. So say Honda wants someone like Tiger Woods to come play, and they will say, we can't pay you an appearance fee, but we will pay you to come play a skins match on the Monday.
Or turn up and like, go to a corporate event.
Yeah, and then talk to separate dealers and stuff. And he probably gets it. They probably give him a Honda. So I gotta get rid of this hat. So that's a big deal.
Yeah, I mean it's. And that's a huge issue, really, because, I mean, these guys are... And it's not really legal what some of the things they're doing. Like, some of them get cash.
They've found a common loophole.
Some of them also get cash.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not paying taxes on that.
Yeah, so it's very questionable. There's ways around it, but then people are arguing whether they think that, PGA should be open to...
Would it be more entertaining?
Potentially.
Tiger's missed a few PGA matches.
Yeah,
he's okay. Well, I'm gonna get paid $3 million to play in Dubai plus prize money.
Yeah,
or I could just get prize money in America. I'll get on that plane.
What would you do? I would definitely go on the plane.
Yeah, and not only that, but they're staying in 5-star hotels, restaurants.
The competition isn't as fierce either. More chance of winning the extra money. So there's so many different views.
Yeah.
So we'll move on to the European tour.
European, again, backwards.
So basically why they do, we pretty much just said that. So there's more incentives to create their tour to be more competitive, to bring the big guys from America over and elsewhere. So they can pay them the extra money, make their tournaments bigger. So then those tournaments, like the HSBC tournament in Dubai, they're making extra money because Tiger, Lee Westwood, Phil Mickelson, all the big guys are going over there to play, and that's going to bring more TV ratings.
It's not just hey, Tiger's gone over there to play because he's getting paid lots of money. It's also, Tiger's gone over there to play and he's rated very highly up there, and I want to jump up the rankings. So if I beat him, my rankings are going to jump. But if he's not over here playing, what's the point of playing him? My rankings aren't going to change.
Yeah, it's very true.
So yeah, the people go chasing it as well. They chase the other big names.
Yep.
So that's why the European tours are causing some trouble for the PGA because they're throwing the money around.
Basically, if you're a player who is offering, getting appearance fees offered, the main question is, will you take $1 million to go play in a competition that's not as good and have a great chance of winning extra, or would you go play in a PGA event that's $500,000 for first place and you may miss the cut and get nothing? That's the main difference.
Exactly. Very good point.
Yeah.
Just say other than that, with the appearance fees, obviously the positive side to them is, well, yes, players get fast-tracked income, which is great for the players. I mean, who's going to complain about that?
Yeah, for them. Definitely.
And also the countries, like, so, Dubai, as sort of a location for golf, it's not even thought of as a sporting nation, but it's starting to build a reputation with events and players like these, and it's bringing a lot of money. Yeah. It's bringing a lot of money to the economy, and so it's done great things. Bringing Tiger to Australia did great things.
That was great. $30 million.
That's a really good thing about it. But also got to remember, these guys often are going over to courses that are nowhere near the quality they should be on. Think about Garcia and
Phil Mickelson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They both got injured in the same event because they were paid to play. We meant to play a week later in a PGA match. Couldn't play. They hurt
themselves in the tough rough.
Mm.
They hurt their
and
shoulder.
it was just a poor quality course. That's an issue with the chasing the money. You're not paying you're not playing in quality grounds.
Yeah.
And I suppose also you're taking away from you're taking away from the sportsmanship of the game. Obviously, should they continue with it? I think yes. I think let's pay the players.
PGA should.
I think the PGA should look into it. They should should be moderated.
Otherwise,
and they should cut down. I think $3 million are too much money. I don't think anyone's worth that much to play a game. Maybe if they win, give them 1.5, and they win 1.5. I think that's fair. You get $3 million that way, but $3 million straight up.
Yeah.
I think that's a bit too lucky.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
That's pretty much all we have time for.
that's what we've got in terms of
Thanks, guys.
golf.
Oh, that took a photo.